What up,
Oh,
breadheads? Ho 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 is right.
wow. Whenever I'm having a nightmare and then I wake up to the sound of "What up, redheads?" and I just like pray, thank God that that was a dream. Um,
Yeah,
how you doing, buddy?
you don't want my voice ringing through your ears when you're trying to fall asleep. You'll have some trips. Let's just say
Yeah,
I'm
a bad trip.
a bad trip. I'm doing good, Eric. It is the eve of the holiday known as Christmas, and I'm coming out of the my epic battle with the coronavirus. I emerged the victor,
Mm,
the better man, quite literally.
mm-hmm. Good for you.
And thank you. And I'm about to take off on my holiday jet setting.
Wow, good for you. So I'm guessing you woke up feeling yourself today, and you said, you know what, let me take a few rapid tests and just confirm that I've defeated the novel coronavirus. And then you proceeded to test negative 3 times in a row. Is that what went down?
I, more or less. I mean, I actually still should I need to take a rapid test after this call. Thank you for the reminder.
Um, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, Ty, because you're not required legally to do anything, even if you have COVID. Like, you don't have to
Mm,
quarantine, you don't have to test, you don't have to do shit all anymore. So I recommend you just, stick it to the man and hop on that jet that you've been waiting to hop on.
love that. Let's go infect all of economy class.
Exactly. They are gonna get infected by something, and
Hmm.
it might as well be from you.
Yeah, better than that than the fettuccine in a plastic bag that they give you.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get sick regardless. At least it's not the fettuccine this time. The
Hmm.
seafood, the seafood fettuccine on Air Canada. Dang.
Uh, Damn, just saying that kind of made my my instincts to vomit just perked a little bit.
Exactly. I had a gag moment as well.
Hmm.
Pause. But Ty, I've been wanting to try the um I want to fly to Japan really bad, and I want to fly business and just have
Hmm.
them serve me like a whole omakase like dinner on board in my lay flat seat. That
Ooh,
like I've just been like dreaming about this for a long time. And
I
yeah.
I've been in some like weird Instagram reels lately where they show you the omakases on nice airlines and walk through the different options you have. It's quite
hmm
elaborate. I like the idea of having a personal chef at 30,000 feet.
I know. I mean, instead of it being like uh veggie or chicken, it's like Western or Eastern.
Yeah.
It's like you can have a steak, or you can get the like the udon and then the sushi and then all this other stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, we start with west versus east, and then we narrow it down from there. We'll figure out
Exactly.
what your taste buds are craving today.
hmm
And that tells me that like on every single airplane, they're handing you cold lasagna, but like somebody at the very front of the plane is actually ordering any food they want from a menu. And hell, wagyu might be on there. You might be eating cold lasagna on a plane that has wagyu available, and you don't even get to read the menu of it.
There's probably some wagyu in the plane that's going to be tossed out because someone in first class didn't want it, and you're stuck eating out of a plastic bag. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
They will
Ty,
gatekeep at any cost.
they will, and it's very evident when you like try to sneak into the first class bathroom. It's like, it's like you didn't pay for this privilege. We don't want your broke ass stinking up the place.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably
Yeah.
because like the farther back on the plane, the worse your bowel movements. There's probably a direct correlation between like really clean and really nasty bowel movements from head to toe of
Mm-hmm.
the plane.
Mm-hmm. Quite literally from tip to tail.
From tip to tail. Quite, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not unlike that at Subway where I feel like the value like the higher up you get in the sandwich selection process, you're getting all the way to the top left corner of signature items. You're probably eating something that is like a little bit better on the stomach.
You're exactly right. They probably invest more heavily into those ingredients. Um, and you know what, Ty? I'm actually happy that you brought up Wagyu because I had a Wagyu activation 2 nights ago that I want to walk you through.
Wow. Okay, let's get into it then. Tell me a little bit about what got you wagging your tail.
Thank you for asking. Well, a couple days ago, anniversary with my LP, decided
Mm,
to go
congrats.
to, thank you, decided to spend a little bit too much money on some slabs of meat with various sides and even a seafood appetizer, which I would love to just like
Ooh,
talk you through.
okay,
There's a lot
let's
to
talk through
unpack
that.
here, so
Yeah.
just get ready. This is why I've been excited to pod all day. Um, so we
This is
went
like an
to,
auditory mukbang we're about to get.
yeah, exactly. So we went to Elisa Steakhouse. Have you
Mhm.
heard of this place, Ty?
I have. It's in Yale Town.
It is, and it's probably like like if you're a vegetarian, like a steakhouse to you is probably like the gates of hell. It's like,
Mm.
so there's nothing for me here, but there is actually something that I want to bring to your attention because there was a tartare bar on the menu. There were four
Tartar
types
bar.
of tar bar. There was four types of tartar available, and one of which was actually this is separate from the four. It was a tasting flight of the four different kinds.
You went so do, do you bar tar with the tartar bar what four you get, or is it a fixed flight? Is this a fixed tasting?
I think it's a fixed flight. Um, Let me just reference here, Ty. Huh, didn't take a photo of it, but
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure you just get a little sampler of each, and this thing was running close to, um, at least close to the three-digit mark on price tag.
Gee.
Um, and so I just wanted to like, actually wait, there's five, Ty, I lied. There's five types of
Five.
tartar, and one of which, Ty, is a vegetable tartar, and I want to just like describe to you what's in this because I think you'll get a kick out of it.
Okay. Wait, isn't that just mean it's just raw vegetables?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me because I'm not familiar with this segment here.
Okay.
But Thai, the vegetable tartare comes with avocado,
Hmm.
chili, olive oil, autumn vegetables, pickled berries, black Spanish radish, cured egg yolk, and taro chips for dipping.
Oh, that sounds like quite a like rich in color type of
Mm-hmm.
meal, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's celebrating pride and rainbow diet at the same time, all for $19.
Wow, that's it? What, in
That's
this
it. It's
economy?
just vegetables, Thai.
Yeah, but those are avocados, Eric.
I mean, you're right. I can only imagine how small it is. Like,
Hmm.
you already know it's gonna be like 1 to 2 bites.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
it was tempting, but I opted for the shrimp cocktail instead.
Ooh, that sounds really good. I would
Yeah.
imagine that I can already guess the plating style of this vegetable tartare, Eric.
Hmm.
I bet you they halved the avocado, removed the colmet that's in the middle of it, and
The
then,
kidney stone.
yeah, and then they probably put the egg yolk in its place, and they would
Mm.
serve just the single half yolk inside, radicchio and chilies kind of speckled around as like garnish.
Hmm.
I would guarantee you that's how they plated this tartare.
Mm. Yeah, I'm into that. They could even like slice the bottom as well. You know what? Like the avocado, I bet you 80% of it goes to waste, but there's like
Hmm.
a sliver down the middle with that contains that crater where
Yeah.
they were able to like place the yolk inside, but it's still flat on both sides, so you're able to like balance it nicely on the plate and have like a nice platform for your autumn vegetables.
Yes, you're right. Good point. You chisel unless actually the autumn vegetables form a little mound that the avocado it's kind of dug into so you can maintain the concave outer edge, in which case it might look like a little bird's nest with a little egg in it sitting in this mound.
Yeah. I mean, I say all this to like give you some inspiration because I would love to see you attempt this trick, this party trick. That would
Hmm.
just be awesome because a tartare is like a direct attack on your religion, and I just want to see you clap back.
Well, I'm a progressive, Eric, not a fundamentalist, so I'll find a way to take this tartar to the next level.
Hmm.
I think the best part about being a vegetarian, Eric, is the opportunity to culturally appropriate your food.
I know. I love that you. I love that you take vegetables and then just call them wings. Like it's really cool that you do that. It's my favorite.
Yeah, like the seitan ribs I ate the other night. Sheesh.
Sheesh. But what was it? Just like a mango or something? What was it?
It's just like soy mush.
Soy mush. My
Yeah,
favorite.
yum.
Wow. Um, Also, I should back up and say that thanks to our partners at American Express for securing the reservation.
Hmm.
Um, they greeted us with two flutes of champagne.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
they
nice
said,
treat.
yeah, they said complimentary, happy anniversary. And I said, wow, thank you.
That's so cute. I
It is
also want
cute.
to take this moment to say recognize also our partners at BlendJet. If it wasn't for BlendJet, soy mush wouldn't be as readily available.
That's
So
true.
you can make soy mush yourself at home. You can make your own veggie tartare. All you got to do is cop a portable blender called a BlendJet 2. Link in bio. We'll get you 12% off. Am I reading that right?
I think you're reading the prompt correctly, Ty. Once again, just to remind folks, we could have given you a better discount, but we opted to go the more brand propelling route and
Mhm,
aligning the 12% to the 12 inches that you might find within a foot log.
mhm. So you're welcome for that. So
You're
cop a
welcome.
blender, buy one for your weird uncle for Christmas, or your
Hmm.
no nomadic big brother.
Yeah, or for yourself, because there's a good chance you're listening to this from a vehicle that you live in. So
Hmm.
this thing, you could probably charge it in the like cigarette lighter,
Hmm.
and then yeah, there you go. Blend something in your car. Um, but yeah, Ty, it was a great activation.
I want to
Had
hear more,
some.
Eric. I want to hear more about the shrimp cocktail. Are you telling me that a shrimp made this cocktail?
um, yeah, are you telling me this isn't drinkable? This every alcoholic was like, wait a second, this isn't a drink. But it was served in a cocktail glass, which I liked, with some shrimp hanging off on the outside. Um, and yeah, it was filled with some cocktail sauce and some shredded actually. There was like some
Wow,
shredded parsley inside, and yeah, it made for a nice little garnish.
very cool. You got the herbs on top.
Got the herbs and cheese. Um, yeah,
I don't
dude,
like the
some
term
jumbo shrimp.
cocktail, Eric. I don't like the term cocktail being used outside of the mixology industry because it's always used in a negative way. It'll be like, there's this cocktail of like vomit and feces, or this cocktail of anger and envy. It's always used to describe the mixture of
Hmm.
things that are nasty. So when I
Yeah,
hear
like
shrimp cocktail, it's kind of like torched for me.
yeah, it is kind of torched, and especially in these like post-COVID times. Like I remember like when you would get a cocktail of like different vaccines,
Ooh, the
you know?
vaccine cocktail was one of the worst. Or you'd
That was
have to
yeah.
take a cocktail of medicine to heal yourself from the corona.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm currently nursing this green tea cocktail to aid in my hangover. But yeah, dude, the shrimp cocktail was great. Ordered two steaks. I mean, steak is like one of them was you could barely call it a steak because we only got 2 ounces of the wagyu.
Ooh.
Guess how much 2 ounces of wagyu, A5 Japanese wagyu will run you?
Oh, dude, I am so out of the loop with the like prime meat market. I'm
Yeah,
gonna I'm gonna guess what, $60?
more.
I
I
have
mean,
no,
not
I
not
have
that
no
much
clue.
more. It was $80, Ty, for 2 ounces, and that's like like if you were to order the steak and cheese at Subway, it's like the same amount of steak and cheese that you would find in the 6 inch. That's how much 2 ounces
Really?
is. Yeah, that was $80.
That's like,
But I will say it was like the best meat I've ever put into my mouth. Pause.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. Like no
Wow.
question. It was so soft,
Better
dude.
than steak and cheese?
It was
CMT?
close. It was really close, Ty. But I'm picturing like a elevated steak and cheese with wagyu. Like that would just be so crazy, you know? It's like the same as like adding gold flakes to anything.
Wow. It is truly is the caviar of agriculture. So you put
Yeah.
this in your mouth. You rest your measly little 1 ounce, because I'm assuming Bay got the other half. Your $40 worth of like one bite meat on
Yeah.
your tongue. You feel it around in your mouth. You don't chew too yet. You just kind of press it with your tongue,
Mm.
kind of figure out the texture. You're salivating now. The aroma of the meat wafts out of your open mouth and into your nose.
And then I do a nice little French inhale with that aroma. Just
So, and then you clamp down and get and let the jaw get to work, right? Am I
Mhm.
describing it correctly, or what did I miss?
I mean, I didn't savor it that hard, uh, but I did enjoy it as much as you're describing it right now. It was fantastic, Ty. Um, they had when I when we sat down and looked at the menu, and our gracious hostess or our server walked us through the menu. She made sure to call out the wagyu program at the bottom. Those are
Mm,
the words she used, and I was like, I'm in the right place.
cool.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, and at the bottom here we have our wagyu program, and I was like, oh shit. And there was like two different ones. One was from like Alberta, one's from Japan. And I was like, obviously I'm gonna get the Japanese one. Like, stop playing.
For sure. The
Yeah.
Yeah, Alberta Alberta beef needs to shake its blue collar identity for me to be interested.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I think of Alberta beef, I just think of like Wendy's. Like I'm pretty sure they advertise like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like from Alberta or some shit.
yeah. Wendy's kind of democratized the Alberta beef brand, so now like a restaurant like this serving the same, they can't use the same term. It's like if they
Yeah.
had a Beyond Patty, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're telling me this like $90 steak is from the same cow as like a baconator?
It's kind of whack.
It's fucking crazy, yeah. Um, I mean, yeah, all farms in Alberta are the same.
I think
Um,
so.
but Ty, you would get a kick out of this. Every farm had a biography in the menu. So like
Oh, cool.
every single farm there was like Idaho, Alberta, BC, like all these different places, Japan, and then they had like a short write up about like why you should like buy it from there, like why
The
you should get the
elevator
steak.
pitch.
Yeah, it's like why you should get the steak from this farm, and I thought that was really cool because a lot of them, well, at least they say so, they are like practicing a lot of sustainability
Mm.
practices. And one of them stood out to me. They were like, we're using environmentally enhancing methods. So, Ty, not only are they practicing sustainability, but they're improving the world we live in by slaughtering this animal. Isn't that amazing?
Wow. That's some incredible like mental refactoring
I know.
together.
I know. It was pretty awesome. I wish I actually like wrote it down or something, but um yeah, I was like, this is so amazing because they all just kind of like regurgitate the same thing, no pun intended.
Hmm.
Cows got five stomachs. Um,
So you're telling me that they are trying to tell you that them killing the cows is actually net positive for the environment. Are they killing cows that are like wreaking havoc, like the biggest offenders in the methane? They like cherry pick the extra farty cattle? Is that what they mean by that?
I think probably. I think not only are they like feeding it things that make it fart less. Like there's like some foods that make you fart more
Yeah,
than you
yeah,
want, like a bean and cheese burrito, for example.
yeah, yeah. You can find them
Um,
on the Subway menu. Some are worse offenders, some are
yeah,
less.
yeah, exactly. Number 8 on the Subway menu is the is the gassiest of them all.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I guess they probably feed it like food that is like better for it, that just passes through easier, and then any of the ones that fart the most, they probably got some kind of gas meter attached to their assholes.
Mm,
And then if it reaches a certain level, they just like chop its head off, you know? like like
damn.
like that's probably what happens.
Some
And
Tim
then
Burton shit.
yeah, and
Wow.
yeah, there you go. I mean,
Okay.
honestly, it was a great experience. I learned a lot about cattle.
Yeah, dude, you could go work on the ranch now. Um, so you put this $40 single bite of farty meat in your mouth. What are you thinking while you're eating it? Like, what does it draw a memory? Does it put you in an ethereal state? Walk me
Mm,
through the mental headspace that puts you in.
hmm I think it was like a two-pronged approach. One was like, wow, I understand now. Like I understand why this style of meat production is so valuable. Like it literally
Mm.
tasted like heaven, Ty. I've never had anything like it. And then the second half of it was like in Japanese culture, it's called harikari. It's where you
Mm.
take a sword and you slice yourself in the stomach. That's what I wanted to do after because I realized how much I had spent on a single bite of food.
Oh, I see. You're like, I need to make a big hole, reach in, take the ounce out, and give it back, and get a
Or just
refund.
eat it again.
Yeah, it's
It's like
true.
I need to get my money's worth.
Just double the amount. That's pretty
Wow.
funny.
Yeah. But Ty, it was awesome. It was like just life changing. Life changing
I can
meat.
tell you're a changed man. You seem different today. You got a
Thank you.
blanket and you're sipping tea.
Yeah.
So
I'm
clearly it
Japanese
changed
now.
you.
I'm Japanese now. I'm like sitting here like with my legs crossed, barefooted. I'm actually wearing Muji slippers too, so
Nice.
I'm just turning to a Japanophile after that experience.
Dude, I'm here for the Muji slippers. That seems like the there's some items at Muji in the apparel department that I can't really get behind. Like their button shirts look like they're designed solely for mannequins, but the slippers that those look comfortable,
Dude, they
but
are
not too
awesome.
comfortable.
Exactly. They keep you on your toes, quite literally.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
They're like
but
the
yeah,
sports
Ty.
car slippers actually. They're like quite a sleek shape. They're not like there's no
hmm
frills, quite
hmm
literally. Like
Yeah. No, it's like Japanese minimalism at its finest. And it's just like cheap enough where it's literally like beautiful design at a cheap price where you can just like if you get like a coffee stain on it, you just like throw it out and it doesn't matter. You
right.
know, it's like if you get coffee stain on your Birkenstocks, you're kind of like pissed about it.
Hmm. It's funny how if your coffee cup and your slippers get in a fight, you punish both of them. You like have to you throw out the slipper and you're like, this is your punishment. And then you like pour
hmm
out the coffee, you're like, this is your punishment. You got to keep
Yeah,
them in check, Eric.
yeah. There's no winning in this battle. You know,
You win if you maintain control.
exactly. Speaking of maintaining control, I'm going to maintain control of this podcast and keep telling you about my dinner.
Go
um,
for it.
Here's what we ordered as a side. We had some potato puree,
Ooh.
some assorted winter carrots, very colorful. Dude,
I
those are my
love
favorite.
assorted winter carrots.
Yeah,
Oh.
dude, fucking amazing. Like when you get like a purple carrot in there, like ooh,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
seasoned beautifully, I might add. And then also a truffle mac and cheese. And then after we ordered all this, she's like, "Do you want to add truffle to your puree as well?" And I was like, "Hold on now." I was like, "I don't
Whew.
think so. It's a little too much truffle for me right now." But this mac
Hmm.
and cheese tie had like big fat black truffle shavings on it,
Oh,
and it looked beautiful.
I love that. You made the right call, my friend, with the mashed potato because
It was a
truffle
puree.
is such. Oh, excuse me. Truffle's such an overwhelming flavor. It really can just control
Mhm.
the airtime on the palate. So
Yeah,
with
you're
a
right.
and a puree is so subtle, or a mash.
Yeah. I mean, or a mash, a monster mash. I agree. But in hindsight, Ty, I actually wish I got the truffle added to the puree because it was a really light truffle scent on the mac. I'll just say that.
Mm. Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah, it was very subtle. It was the La Croix of truffle.
Well, that seems like a reasonable thing to add then to the patat.
Exactly. Um, yeah, I
Oh
mean,
man,
that's about it.
can we double click into these rainbow winter carrots, Eric? Like I'd imagine it's just like a bunch of like wizard dicks all in a row,
Very
all ring.
pointy. Um, yeah, wrinkly. It's like a substitute teacher's like nose. It's got like a bump on one side, kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like a hook shape,
yeah. It's like your
a little
grandma's
bit deformed.
fingers.
Yeah, exactly. Like riddled with arthritis. Oh, that's funny. Literally, yeah. Um, one's like orange, one's purple. It's like just
Like,
it is what it is.
why does every grandma have like one finger that's changing color? Like,
Oh, grandma's hands.
yeah,
Um, yeah, Ty, it was basically that, and it was really good. It was like really salty, which actually complemented the puree quite nicely.
nice.
And then
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and then added some au poivre sauce. You know what I
ooh,
mean? A little black peppercorn.
yeah,
Yeah, it was magnificent. I got
spicy.
I got pretty drunk at the dinner table,
Hmm.
and then drove home.
Wow. An
Yeah.
incredible story that I approved of 99% of it, except for the last part.
Yeah, maybe you'll approve of this though. You know that story where you like slipped and fell in your fake Gucci shoes or fake Prada loafers
Or
actually?
Prada, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and then you got cut off. Almost happened to me on the way out because the Marni slippers, the Marni uh, loafers are completely flat on the bottom. They're smooth. It's just like not designed for any snow venturing
Hmm.
out. And as you know, Yaletown, I guess they ran out of budget for the snow plow.
Hmm.
It's just like ice there, and yeah, I
Hmm.
took like I was basically skating all the way from the restaurant to the car. So
Damn.
yeah, it wasn't very
These
safe.
these bougie places are so invested in their ice program inside the restaurant. You think they'd also invest in the ice program on the street outside, but seems nearly the
Hmm.
case.
Yeah, they're frosting their mugs inside, but they're not defrosting the sidewalk outside. So it's really
Hmm.
unfortunate.
Yeah, the and it also sucks that like this is loafer season, holiday parties, Christmas dinners. Like I'm not
Hmm.
gonna break out the formal wear very often during spring summer season.
Hmm.
So it's unfortunate that both the footwear designed for being the most formal is also designed with the least amount of traction. There's an
Yeah,
obvious
you're right.
like contradiction there.
You're absolutely right. And this is why, Ty, we got to invest in the 2023 spring summer Prada loafers that have like the lug
Fat
sole.
treads.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fat tread. Like we gotta just switch it up. We're wearing the wrong Prada loafers. We're wearing
I
the
think
like
so too.
popular ones from like 2004.
Yeah, I need to get in my Kanye-esque like knee-high boots to go to dinner.
Exactly. Where are the Balenciaga Croc rain boots when you need them?
Yeah.
Those are actually ideal. That's like ideal footwear right now.
And and will the maitre d let me in with them on?
Yes, it's like baby, these are Balenciaga. Like, go sit down.
Yeah.
Sit your
I
ass
keep
down.
I keep revisiting the story where Demno got rejected from a French restaurant because of how he was
Oh.
dressed.
Oh, fuck. That is pretty sad. And if you pride yourself on being like anyone in fashion, it's like, and you got rejected for your fashion, that's really
Yeah,
funny.
it's so funny. It's like, how about you maitre don't
Yeah,
let me
exactly.
in?
Maitre d. We need to power check any maitre d. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
like you. you also can't afford this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like who let the maitre d be the gatekeeper of like bougie restaurants? It's like you make like 30K a year to stand here and tell like rich people no.
Yeah, it doesn't make
What?
sense. I think you know what it is, Eric? I think that you know how you become the top 5 people you spend the most time around?
Yeah.
You can imagine that as a maitre d, your um, just the surplus of rich,
Mm-hmm.
rude people
Mm-hmm.
surrounding you can
Mm-hmm.
inflate some of those qualities in your own personality.
Yeah, that's a really good observation. It'll, yeah, it'll do numbers on your ego if you're
Hmm.
constantly like, you know, just surrounding yourself with like rich people who like just toss you the keys to their G wagon when they walk in, you know?
Yeah, totally. It's like sweet. Like every maitre d knows their way around like the glove compartment of a G wagon better than I do.
Yeah, exactly. They are able to operate the fishnet cup holder in the pre 2021 models.
Yeah, those things are confusing
Wow.
and
I mean,
unnecessary sexual.
we have to we have to like start a war against like employees of like high-end places that like get paid less than us. You know, we gotta like start antagonizing them more. Be- Jesus, because like I whenever I think of that, I just remember when I got rejected at Carbone, and then they're like, they said like, "Do you have a reso?" And I said no, and they're like, and I'm just like, "Well, fuck you." Like, I mean, I have one coming up now. I managed to secure a reso thanks to the thanks to the friends over at American Express Platinum Concierge.
That's good.
Um, yeah, but I mean, those days were not that long ago, Ty, where I was pushing PTSD.
Yeah, you're right, Eric. I think the challenge here is that when you walk up to the hostess desk, they can smell inauthenticity. They know you're not raking in 7 figures annually, despite the success of this podcast. And
Hmm.
and once they smell you out, they're not afraid to bring the claws out too. Ow!
You're absolutely right. They might be able to smell the Aesop fragrance on me, but they know that that smell is a paycheck to paycheck smell.
Yeah, yeah. This guy loses his job, and he's going to be smelling a lot different next week.
Exactly.
So buy a
Wow.
blend jet.
So buy a blend jet, boys and girls. Um, you already know BlendJet is the way to go. All right,
Mm-hmm.
blendjet.com, code breadhead12.
Breadhead 12.
Bing
Don't
bong.
don't sleep on the blend jet too. It comes in a, I think there's a princess theme. You might be able to get a camouflage one if you need to blend in the bush.
A bush blend. Wow.
Wow.
Real cool. So, yeah, Ty, it's been a pleasure. Um, hope you have a great holiday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't intend to bother you until Monday or
All right,
Tuesday,
look.
actually.
Yes, I'll connect with you on Tuesday. We will reflect on holiday cheer, um,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
tidings of the season, and what you're doing with your holiday downtime.
Yeah. And can't wait to discuss all the presents you've re-gifted.
Mm.
Um, that's the strategy this year. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
All
well
right.
wishes to you and yours.
Swell wishes to you as well, Eric, and swell wishes to all the breadheads. May Santa bring you all of the PC gaming accessories that you asked for.
Hmm. I hope you breadheads finally get your bread up this holiday season. Remember to contribute to your RSPs
Mm-hmm.
before the year ends and, maximize that tax return.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Sage advice. All right. Eric, breadheads, think fresh.
Think fresh.